We will have to go with team colors for this set, and we will put Liereyy in the blue. So welcome, my friends. This is a best of 5 between Liereyy and Villese in the King of the Desert 2 tournament. Once again, thank you to Mem for organizing this event. Thank you very much to Matches Salsa for putting in prize pool for it, and also to Microsoft for getting involved. This has been a great event so far. Winner of this, as I said a few times to Twitch chat, will move on to face the winner of Nikov and MBL, which is an exciting set we'll watch tomorrow. If you're watching this on YouTube, they already drafted their 5 civilizations. You'll see that after game 1, and the whole best of 5 will be uploaded. We have Malians for Liereyy in the blue, and then we have Villese, the Finnish player, in the red near the top. Huns versus Malians, a matchup that any civilization can win. I like Malians a bit more, though. Malians are just so good with their man-at-arms rush. Malians are so good because they have access to strong knights and camels if they go scouts into knights and camels. But we'll see. I think this is a matchup where we can see Hun Cav archers thrive. So maybe if we see standard play from Villese, he goes scouts into crossbows and then into Cav archers, he can have some success here. And Liereyy might need to be more aggressive. Frizz, I can give you all the info for when the sets start tomorrow if you like, but I'll have to do it when I'm not casting a game. Anytime you guys are looking for times, you can go to aoe2calendar.com. That has not only my streams time, but everyone else's streams time for events. But for my actual start time of the stream tomorrow, it'll be below. Just scroll down. Matt, I feel like a certain American would probably go Malian Cav archers, but everyone else in the world would probably not. Yeah, Malians should not go Cav archers. Fun fact, guys. Fun fact. Okay, let's look at the maps. So there's 3 golds for each player. This is the main gold for Liereyy. Here's the second gold. And here's the third gold. It's not ideal. Not ideal unless he secures these on the left. His stones are on the back, and yeah, that's fine. I don't know how much use he'll make of the stones. I don't think he'll go for towers. Lierey's style is pretty comparable to Viper's in the sense that he'll play more defensively at the start and then look for counters and look to make his opponent make mistakes. Villese is the same way, and Villese, well, it depends, but these golds are pretty good. As long as he walls here, these golds are pretty good. And Liereyy sees the villager, and he must think there's a pig to the north. Villese was sending a vill up there to get that, and Liereyy saw it was a hunter, and now Lierey's going, I smell pig. Is there a pig up here? Yep. I don't think he should lame it, but he could try and block the vill. If you try and steal the pig, Villese already knows you're there, so Villese will probably block you off. But Liereyy is teammates with MBL, right? So he'll sit in the darkness. Oh, Villese, why are you going after this? Lierey's gonna block your vill. You're playing against MBL's teammate. What do you expect is gonna happen? Oh, Liereyy goes for the lame. Oh, wait, hold on a second. It's obviously not MBL. What is happening? Why couldn't he block that off? It kind of seemed like a bug of some kind. And Villese is going to get the boar in and save the villager. Well, MBL obviously has not been teaching Liereyy his tricks. that was a good thought from Liereyy, but he really should have killed that villager. And Villese, he's fortunate, man. He lucks out, and both players are on the way to feudal age now. So if there was ever any wonder if players shared accounts in tournaments, I think we know now that MBL's not playing for Liereyy. Because Villese has all of his resources and he hasn't lost a vill. So there's the barracks for Villese. Again, it will be scouts. The difference here is that Huns, they like their archer transition. And then when they hit Castle Age, they'll upgrade their archers to crossbow. And then after that, they go Cav Archer, whereas you will not see Cav Archers from Malians. In fact, we are going to see Man-at-Arms for Liereyy. And Liereyy has an idea of where his opponent's getting wood and berries. Man, one tower here would be so good. Right there would be so nice for later on in this game. You could wall it in, too. Oh, he's going to do it. T90 Stradamus. T90 Stradamus. Calling it out. Yeah, I think he should. It might not be the best tower at the start, but it'd be really good as the game goes on. Liereyy has more scout HP here. The man-at-arms arrive. He's trying to block the wall off with his scout. He blocks the wall off. That's a nice play. And so now Villese is forced to run away. Now Liereyy can still run into the TC fire if he's not careful. Okay. I mean, I'm not as big a fan of the tower, but it helps him more now, right? This tower is better because it hits the berries more than this one would. But I swear, a tower right there, it would hit some of these lumberjacks. It hit all of these lumberjacks, I think. And maybe one of the foragers. Very strong start for Liereyy. Many people expect him to get to the finals after his performance and getting to the finals in the first King of the Desert tournament. This is what Man-at-Arms give you. It gives you a strong early attack. You get a lot of map control. The difference, though, is that when you go scouts, your economy is generally stronger because you add so many farms quickly. But, oh man, Villese is not going to have a strong eco if he loses the Villes. He'll lose her. He'll lose him. And that's 2 Villes down. And an excellent tower position from Liereyy. Ouch. And meanwhile, you see the counterattack from Villese. He doesn't try to defend. This is the right move. And he goes out and kills one of Lierey's Villes. Okay, that almost evens it up. And that tower is now walled up, and that is going to be annoying, man. That is going to be very, very annoying. But Liereyy needs spears. He has a spear in this wood line because he sees the scouts are here. He'll make a few archers of his own. And we'll see the same from Villese. And Villese will actually tower here. Which is kind of tough because his other stone is way out here. So that means he won't be able to collect more stone to build more towers. But I assume he'll be going skirms to start. Yeah, he should take advantage of the scouts. Create more scouts. And then create skirmishers. And then use your skirmishers to kill Lierey's spearmen. Oh, this is good micro from Villese. Look at this. Liereyy being very stubborn fighting with villagers there. He knew the scouts were around. He just didn't have the spears. And now the Ville count's even. Now I say that as villagers from Villese are going towards his stone. And that has been denied for now. This is a messy lumber line because they're running around the tower. Ugh, I can't look. I can't look. I hate it when that happens. It's so tough to manage it. There's a reason why you want to be working with 2 lumber camps. Look how jumbled up these villagers get. So again, I think Villese should be a bit patient. Wait for skirmishers. He can use his skirmishers versus any archers, which Lierey's being sloppy with. And he can use his skirmishers versus any spears. And then his scouts can mop up the rest. It's just tough when you have Malian men-at-arms because the Malian men-at-arms have 2 pierce armor. So it takes forever to kill the man-at-arms. And honestly, that would apply to the spearmen as well, right? So you need a little bit more firepower there. This is tough. I don't think Liereyy wants to fight, really. I'm pretty sure he's just buying himself time. He knows he can't go to the wood because of the tower. Yeah, he's just buying himself some time. And he's doing the right thing to run away now. Because he already is aware that Villese is waiting for him. He knows that Villese is not attacking him, so job accomplished, and now he's looping back around. Oh, and Lierey's adding a stable. This could be perfectly timed. I believe this is to make feudal age scouts. It's either that or he's going to try and wait for castle age. Which is not easy to do, but he kills a villager. Yeah, he needs some scouts now. Exactly. If he gets his own scouts in the mix, then he can kill the enemy skirms, and then he maintains map control. If you were to go up to castle age, I'm sure he'd get there first, but he'd give up full map control. And that is not what he wants. I like this move. You see this a lot from Viper. I know there's many Liereyy and Viper comparisons, so I'll make one now. Viper does this a lot as well, and so do other players, but what Viper does is he times it right. If you add the stable too late, then your opponent's on the way to Castle Age. If you add the stable too early, then your opponent doesn't really help you and it just hurts your own economy. So I'll be interested to see what the timing on this does for Liereyy. And I wonder if Villese will expect this one. Because Villese is not on gold at all. And, oh man, his wood is being delayed. Yeah, I don't think he'll expect this. In fact, Lierey's running back into his base. Don't open the gate. Yeah, he doesn't open the gate. And he's sending the scouts around. Well, Villese sees the stable, so he's aware that scouts are probably out and about. And Villese will go to this wood line, I guess. So that means Lierey's tower was better than I thought originally. And okay, 3 scouts versus 3 scouts, but Liereyy has the attack upgrade. And this should be Lierey's fight now. This should definitely be Lierey's fight. He micros down the spear. Liereyy runs away with his archers. Very close with the kills and the deaths, but I do fear a bit for Villese now. It's just a matter of how much value he can get here, and he hasn't gotten much value. He didn't kill many archers. He's losing his skirmishers. Lierey's getting bloodlines now, so he'll go to 65 HP with the attack upgrade. And okay, this is danger now for Villese. This is dangerous, man. He needs to catch up with the scout numbers. The reason I checked to see if Villese was on gold is because if he had archers now, he might be okay versus scouts, but he doesn't have any archers. So he really just needs his own scouts, and spearmen won't cut it because Liereyy can use his archers versus the spears. So Villese has stabilized with his wood lines. He has a secured gold, but he's about to lose a lot of map control. And this is ideal for Liereyy as well, because what Liereyy wants is to go knights and camels in the next stage, and the upgrades he'll get will apply to that, and these fights are so much better for Liereyy. He had less units, but he got more hits in. Of course, more attack. Ooh, this is rough for Villese. Wow, Lierey's even running in with the 2 archers and the spearmen. Thank God I didn't say it, guys. I was about to say, watch the micro from Liereyy. I was about to hype him up, and he ran 3 archers right into the TC fire. So, yeah, you need to watch your own micro, Liereyy. Be careful, man. He's sending more archers forward and sending more scouts forward, and Villese chose the right gold to go to. The villas are tempting, but what you need to do is remain a presence at your opponent's base. Unless Villese is just not going to fight, then take the villagers for sure. Yeah, Villese losing vills. He's losing control over this game. I don't think Liereyy needs to go much more aggressive in feudal. Just go up to castle, right? Loop the army around. Join forces. And go up to the next stage. And then punish, as Tony would say. Yeah, Villese does not have bloodlines. He does not have forging. He only has scale barding. Liereyy has every available upgrade on his scouts. And there's more here. And Villese just calls it GG. Yeah, I mean, Lierey's going to win this in feudal age anyway. And he'd probably click up to castle age faster. Liereyy had archers here. He had an army here. And he had an army here. And even in this fight, he probably would have won. And Villese just gives it up. Strong play from Liereyy. I have to say, though, the tower changed so much. Without the tower, those 2 villagers wouldn't have died at the start. Without the tower, Villese wouldn't have had such a rocky start with his eco. That tower was huge. That changed the whole game. And Liereyy with a quick verse victory. 27 kills. Not worth looking at the eco too much. Doesn't matter. And we'll move on. Okay, scores updated. Game 2 is on the way. And here's the civs they have to choose from. So Liereyy just used Malians. We just saw the Huns pick from Villese. I would like to see Mongols from Liereyy, because after watching game 1, it's obvious that Liereyy is top class, and he just outplayed Villese, right? So what civilizations won't Liereyy want versus MBL or Nikov? Because if he wins this set, he will be facing either MBL or Nikov. And he won't be able to use the civs he played with. I think we'll see Japanese and Mongols. Maybe Berbers. Berbers aren't as strong in 1v1s as I thought they were maybe 6-8 months ago. It's still top tier, but I'm thinking he uses Mongols. It's not that Mongols are a bad civ, it's just they're questionable in 1v1s, and you want your solid picks. What's cool about this is Liereyy used Celts, Franks, and Vikings in round 1, so he would have all of his Meso-civs available regardless. Oh wait, I gotta close out of that game, sorry. Alright, next match is going to start. I freaked out for a second. I forgot to close out of the previous game, and I thought it would bug out on me. Freg, I saw your message in the Twitch chat, man. I'm not sure exactly what it said, but it was something like, been watching your... Oh, here it is. He said, hey man, love your videos. I binged over 80 hours on YouTube. Keep up the good content. First stream I have caught. Well, thank you, Freg. Thank you for the sub, man. Glad you could make it. Sebi, if you want to watch the previous games, you can watch the past broadcast, or you could wait for the YouTube uploads, which will come within a few days. And here we are. Here we are. So, Liereyy has gone for Japanese, and Villese has gone for Mayans, and this is definitely a matchup which favors Mayans. But the player matchup favors Liereyy. Lierey's been known as the number 2 player in the world for quite a while, pretty much after the first King of the Desert, which was a year ago, where Liereyy lost 5-4 in the finals against Viper. Also, there's the ECL LAN, where Liereyy was just 1 game behind Viper in the finals. So yeah, this kid is seriously good at Age of Empires 2. And now he is Japanese versus Mayans. Well, it's all about the stones for Mayans. If they get the plumes, they can beat anybody. And this stone is good enough for Villese. He has 2 back golds. He can wall off. He, even this, well, okay, this gold's bad, but the stone can be walled off. It's rough for him that he has the forward berries and the forward zebras, because I think that Liereyy would be tempted to go forward with towers. He'll probably open up with man-at-arms. That's what I would expect. But yeah, Villese can work with this for sure. I've seen quite a few players go for Drush, full wall, fast castle, right into plumed archers. And Villese might try that versus Liereyy. Lierey's map, not great. Not great. It's not awful, but not great. I don't like the stones. Like, there's 3 stones in the center here. Really close. So whoever has map control will have control of those. I don't like the stones at all for him. I do like the fact that he can wall easily here, and he'd have a safe main gold. And I hear a villager dying to an eagle warrior. Will Liereyy save his vill? What? What a play! Liereyy saves the vill with the quick walls with the palisades. There's no way that villager should have survived, but Liereyy somehow wedged the walls down and keeps the eagle out. What a play, man. Now, will he save his pig? This is the next obstacle, because Villese could still be tempted to steal the pig. Villese runs right on by, and so... Wait! No, never mind, he's thinking about it. He might go for it. Has Liereyy scouted it? Yeah, he knows it's there. So at least he knows. But anyway, back to Lierey's map for a second, right? This gold's fine as well. I just don't like the stones. It's the only thing I don't like about it. Guys, if Twitch is freezing up for you, you can just press F5 to refresh, or you could obviously just refresh the page. A few people were saying they're having issues with that. So I mentioned Villese's potential strategy of Drush Fast Castle. It's a risky one. It's a really risky strat, especially against Japanese. Because the counter to a Drush Fast Castle is to go forward with man-at-arms and towers, and that's exactly what Japanese will probably do anyway. So I think Mayans could go for a Drush into archers. They could also go for man-at-arms into archers. They can still play that game. Or did I say Japanese? Mayans. It's been a long day, sorry. Mordor says Alt F4 also works. I haven't heard that troll before, man. May or may not have fell for that my first week of streaming. Yeah, don't do Alt F4. Unless you're not a fan of the channel, then you can Alt F4. You can do it. I'm okay. I'm man enough. I can deal with it. Oh, the pig's being lamed. I was too busy about my my stream. Wow, Villese is gonna get it. This is good. This is good. So strong play from Liereyy earlier, but Villese is stealing the boar, and this will delay Lierey's man-at-arms rush. Make sure no villagers die here. Nice lure. Also, you can heal the eagle in the TC, which is ridiculous. But it's something that Mezzos can take advantage of. And now, what's Lierey's response to this? His response might be to Drush. I don't know if he'll have the food underneath his TC to go up to feudal. He seems to think he will, because he's building the mining camp. Let's see, will he get loom here? Yeah, okay. So he might have just enough. I believe he'll send his scout back to push the zebra because he needs more food. That's the way to deal with the lame. If you can push in a few zebras, then you'll get the food right back. Also send a few more to berries, build the farms, which he's done. And, yep, he's up. He's actually up faster than Villese is. It's a really nice reaction from him then. Also, when the men-at-arms come in, it's important to have a full HP scout. And that's exactly what Liereyy has, and that is not the case for Villese because he weakened his with the lame. So out come the militia, and Villese is walling up a ton. Oh! Villese doesn't know his pig is back here. He went forward to lame. He probably assumed that he was lamed, but he was not lamed. This makes a lot of sense. This explains why Villese is so late. He didn't have a pig, so he only has 2. Wow, that's something he probably should have realized when he saw that Liereyy had a full HP scout, though, right? Like, I'm surprised he hasn't looked back here. Interesting. Well, he's making militia. He'll go for man-at-arms, and as long as he gets his walls up, he'll be fine. He has scouted this open area. Okay, sometimes players won't scout that. Here come the man-at-arms, and notice how Lierey's not going forward. A lot of players will go forward, notably Chinese players. But Liereyy, he'll stay at home. Viper would do the same. Man-at-arms on the way. Japanese man-at-arms are better than Mayan man-at-arms. They get the extra attack speed. And Liereyy has the full HP scout. So I don't think this is good for Villese. I think he's about to lose a lot of map control to Liereyy. Unless he buys himself some time and runs around a bit. Yeah, I wouldn't even research man-at-arms. It's not worth it here. You fight, you maybe kill one man-at-arm. And that's a big maybe. Yeah, just either distract or fight on the hill and try and kill his scout. Look at Lierey's micro. He'll never let him kill this scout. Never. Oh, and Lierey's going to kill the scout from Villese. What a play. What a play. And now his man-at-arms are on full HP. He realizes what his opponent's doing. He knows his opponent will go immediately into archers. And so he sends his man-at-arms forward. He creates another one and immediately a skirm. Mordor says the difference between top 5 and the rest is in minute things, but it does add up, and I'm freaking impressed. Dude, the difference between the top 10 and the others in the top 32 is pretty nuts. Wouldn't necessarily say top 5. Top 10 is pretty clear differences. And Liereyy, 2 kills, 0 deaths. Just so perfect, you know? You can't make mistakes, right? And he's done everything right here. And Villese does look outclassed, let's be honest. He does look outclassed, and now he's forced to build a tower because there's 5 Japanese man-at-arms here. Now, if you're Liereyy and you see your opponent's building a tower, you think, okay, good. Because he can't build a tower if I go to the other side. So he'll walk around this way. And Lierey's completely fine back at home, very safe. Not at risk of losing any villagers. Now, hold on. I don't want to jinx this. Liereyy, don't lose it, man. You can fight this. Yeah, there we go. See, he's fine. He's fine. And he's working his way around to the left. So, just a favor from those in the Twitch chat, and this is not just for events, but this is for all of my streams and videos. I love the fact that people are talking in chat. That's obviously why I stream on Twitch. I love the fact that people give input, even if I don't agree. Input is important. But what I don't want is things to be said negatively about either players or casters or organizers or anything, okay? I don't want that in my chat. So I would really appreciate it if you have thoughts like that, that you find someone who likes to talk about that stuff and talk about it elsewhere. Appreciate it. Now, again, Lierey's bought himself so much time. He already has the skirmishers here. He has 1 archer. He's just in full control, right? You can call me a noob all you want, okay? I just don't want you bad-mouthing other people. It's fun to troll and mess around with players, but anyway. Yeah, call me a noob all you want, okay? Just say, T90 has the worst farms ever, and that's fine. I can take it, man. Yeah, T90 is not a top 10 caster. Exactly. Well, it's really hard to see a way back for Villese because Liereyy has played so perfect. But remember, Villese is on stone and he's Mayans. So if you have stone and you are Mayans, you have a chance to win in any scenario. However, now it's just tough for Villese because he can't deal with this and he's forced to tower. 4 kills, 2 deaths for Liereyy. He has skirmishers. Let's see what his micro's like. He has less numbers. Oh, and he just denies the tower with the man-at-arms. He makes it look so easy, man. He makes it look so easy. Jinxed him a little bit as he runs into the town center. And at the end of the day, I mean, this is so good for Liereyy. He's forcing towers out of Villese that Villese should never have to build. So that's a couple hundred stone that Villese has invested into just keeping himself alive in this game. And even if he survives, he'll be in the next stage. And he won't have the stone for the castle, right? And meanwhile, Lierey's economy is perfect. Notice the difference. Villese full-walled early. Liereyy had no interest in that. He's playing open. His villagers, okay, he's walling a little bit now, but his villagers have been working more efficiently because they haven't been disrupted from enemy military and because they haven't been walling. The sign of a good player is they just make the game look easy, and that's exactly what Liereyy has done here. Full control. Full control here. Can Villese make archers versus the man-at-arms? No, because they're skirms. So he would need a mix of archers and men-at-arms, or he'd need a counter of some kind, which Liereyy, he might spot, actually. He definitely expected some type of a sneak because he didn't see Villese's army, and he sent 2 villagers to wall the north. But the timing's perfect. He will be walled now. And, ooh, Villese was considering sending Villese out, and it's good he noticed that Lierey's army was here. I think he wanted to tower. I think he wanted to tower here. Or actually, the gold would have made more sense, right? Lierey's building a market, which will probably be denied yet. He can't commit to this. He's on his way to the next stage, though. Liereyy has to be thinking, how many towers can I force out of Villese? And there's another one. He doesn't even know it yet. He doesn't even know it yet, but just his presence there makes life complicated for Villese, and Villese is forced to tower. So again, less stone for him. And skirmishers coming back in defense. This has been so good, man. This whole best of... I mean, we've only been casting Liereyy for about 30 minutes, but this whole best of 5 has been ridiculous from him. Okay, he could lose the villager now. Let's see if he reacts. Yeah, he reacts, sends the skirms over. He's fine. Meanwhile, he sees the tower from Villese. He's probably thinking, good. Good. And Villese can still win this with Mayans, but he needs to hold against a lot of upgrades from Liereyy. Liereyy will go Elite Skirm, and Liereyy will go Knights. There's the stable. And Liereyy has full map control. This is just... the guy's making it look easy. It's just impressive. Microing uphill. Let's see if he takes another hit. I'm really pumping him up right now, okay? I'm really pumping him up. Nah, he's fine. He's fine. He didn't need to micro there. I still remember, though, I think it was game 3 in the King of the Desert finals. It was Viper versus Liereyy. And Viper had 10 skirmishers on top of a hill. No, it was 12, I think. And Liereyy had 6. And Liereyy microed uphill with less numbers against Viper and won. It was pretty sick. It was just feudal age skirmishers, so it doesn't have that ooh or ah effect, but it's what won him the game. It was against the best player in the world, so. Siege Workshop from Liereyy. Again, if your opponent full walls, take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. Lierey's giving him so much of the map. But Villese is Mayans, guys. Villese is Mayans. Just keep that in the back of your mind. I'm sure you know it, but Mayans can win in these scenarios. Just think back to Stark vs. Tato, where Stark had the most disgusting walls known to man. It was really sloppy, and he somehow still won that. So I went out to eat with Spring. When Dave visited, we met up with Spring and went out to eat. And we were obviously talking about Age of Empires, as his wife was rolling her eyes the entire dinner. And Spring goes, "Did you see Stark play versus Tato?" He goes, "That actually gives me hope. Because I see that and I think, wow, someone can play that bad with that many bad walls and win." That was Spring's response, which is just typical of Spring. He's like, "That gives me hope, man. At first I was upset that the guy won playing like that, but then I thought that I can play bad and win versus anyone." So, but the point is, not being offensive to Stark here, the point is that you can be in a tough spot as Mayans, but as long as you get to the castle, you can beat anybody. And Liereyy now pressuring this area. I don't know what it really does for him, but he's applying pressure at least. He's going to lose the Vill, I think. Yeah, the Vill should die as long as Villese clicks it. Clicker! Clicker, man! Clicker! I think Lierey's trying to distract. Okay, there we go. She's dead. I was waiting for that. Well, it's all down to what Villese's eco is like. So if you're in a comfortable position, excuse me, you can build the castle, and then you can build TCs. So there's a TC, and he could build another one here. He could pull this off. Also, there's a pig there, so he could take the boar if he wants, which would be kind of funny. Liereyy has +2 on his knights. He is on 2 TCs as well. And he's getting elite skirm. And he has bot cannon. Everything's just so well timed. Everything is so well timed. It's crazy how much he has to make this many knights, the siege workshop with the Mangonel. I mean, all of it's just nuts. And Liereyy sees the Mangonel immediately after it comes out of the siege workshop. He runs away. He sends the knights in after it. And that's a dead Mango. Or it should be a dead Mangonel. Yep. And then the plumes and the archers will die. Still winnable for Villese. Obviously very sloppy, but still winnable. This base is disgusting. This base looks like my bedroom right now. It really needs cleaned. You can tell laundry hasn't... Look, I mean, the pig hasn't been dealt with yet. Yeah, there's not a pig in my bedroom. But, he hasn't done the laundry in a few weeks. He needs to clean this up, man. He needs to clean this up. I promise you, I don't have any pigs in my bedroom. The fact that you guys are laughing means that you can relate. So clean your room after the stream, okay? Sound good? Here comes a counter again. Villese has tried this twice now. The first time he tried this, Liereyy spotted him and killed the army, but these are plumes now. Oh, they could run right in! They could run right in! They could run right into Lierey's base. This could be so annoying. Also, it could do nothing. Let's see. Yeah, Villese sees it. He kills one Vill. And Liereyy notices, and Lierey's probably annoyed he let them in. He should have gated that. This is the chance for Villese now. He kills 2 Vills. Liereyy tries to wall these things in, and... Okay, Villese helped him out. Nice little wall there from Liereyy. He's lost a few villagers to this, though. Look at the damage output of these plumes. That was just 5 plumes. But because of their speed and attack, they've killed that many villagers. And now Villese is only a Vill behind. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Well, a big reason that Liereyy chose Japanese is because he expects to win this best of 5. And any civilization that you use in round 1 and 2, you cannot use in round 3. So Liereyy put himself at a disadvantage to make it more of a challenge, so he'd be in a stronger position later on. There's a Mangonel from Villese, and if he trades versus skirms, it could be so good for him. But Liereyy immediately reacts. And he's tempted to micro this, I think. Let's see. In go the Knights. Yep. Knights kill the Mangonel. Skirmishers are there versus the Plumes. And again, Villese can't push out. But if he finds another opportunity to do so, he could maybe catch Liereyy off guard. And what I'd like to see Liereyy do from this position is to take advantage of scouting. Scouting the extra gold, scouting the extra stones, and getting those relics. It's a lot to do, of course, but I think it's important for him to do. He sees that Villese has a gold there he can secure. He sees this gold. Hey, he's already scouted it. He sees both of these golds. He sees a lot of the relics, so he's fine. And he has killed a few archers. He's killed a villager now. And he's actually behind in Villese. But he has a huge military lead. More skirmishers on this side. Oh, and Villese wanted to castle this hill, and Liereyy shows up at the appropriate time to deny that. So Villese has not been able to breathe here. And Lierey's making sure that he's keeping an eye on everything Villese is doing. Villese needs to fire and delete this Mangonel. Delete it. He should have deleted it. Well, I guess he killed one in the end, but I think if he deleted that, he would have killed both the Mangonels with the first shot. The reasoning for that, again, for those that haven't heard, is when you're at the bottom of a hill firing uphill, your opponent takes 25% less damage. But for some reason, if you delete your Mangonel when the shot's in midair, it removes that disadvantage. And so it's like an even ground shot. Oh, here comes a counter with the plumes. Liereyy loses 2 more vills, but he has the skirmishers here in defense. All right. And again, Liereyy comes in with Mangonels. Or not with Mangonels, sorry, with the knights to kill Mangonels. Villese can win this game, despite how messy it has been. It has been really messy. He missed a boar. He has Mangonels attacking him. But he's Mayans, has 83 vills, and will have 2 castles. Problem though, Lierey's on the way to the Imperial Age. And in my opinion, what Liereyy should go for is Trebs. He should continue with Elite Skirm. So go Elite Skirm, and then build a castle, and then send out the trebuchets, because that's how you take advantage of your Imperial Age advantage. Here, he's tracking the plumes again. You can tell Lierey's just faster. You know, Lierey's everywhere he needs to be. So this is a fight that Liereyy will win. And then Liereyy still dancing with his skirmishers. Look, he's confident enough to go after just a villager or 2, and then use his own Mangonel there. It has been really solid play from him. What was that shot? That was like 20 tiles. Did you see that? That shot from Liereyy was hacking. That was ridiculous. And it looked like an attack round. That was crazy. I need a clip of that. But an amazing shot there to finish off the Mangonel. The Mangonel is on 1 or 2 HP. Let's get some T90 hacks in the chat for Liereyy. But again, what Liereyy needs is to take advantage of Imp, and that would be Trebs, right? So he'll build his castle forward. If his castle is more defensive, then Villese is in a nice spot, because Villese can hopefully hold on till then. But Liereyy will force the Treb war. Villese does not know about that. But Villese does see this villager, and he'll take that. Wait, the Vill lives. What? What? How did he live? Well, that guy's gonna go finish the castle, I guess. Tony says must be windy in this game. Yeah, we forgot about the conditions. Well, Villese is up behind him, and I hear the barracks guys. He'll consider going Eagle Warriors. Now, at first thought, you're probably thinking, wow, Eagle sounds like a great decision versus these skirmishers. But honestly, it's not a great decision when your opponent can make Samurai. So this is all still very good for Liereyy, if you ask me. Liereyy now with Bracer will kill these plumes, no problem. And here comes the Trebs. So, I've said it before, Liereyy needs to hold the extra golds. There's 2 here. He needs to get the relics. There's a bunch near the south. Priority number 1 is kill the castle from Villese. And he's working on it now. He'll have 2 trebuchets at the time that Villese hits the Imperial Age. Eagles lose to Samurai. Why? Well, because Eagles are anti-archer. The Samurai, they are amazing versus other forms of infantry. They're the best infantry unit. Yep, here's the second Treb, and then Villese will hit Imp. Now, you could get to Plumes and Eagles, and then it's advantage Mayans. But doing that is tough if you lose your castles. Samurai attack faster. Samurai have bonus versus unique units. But I don't know if it applies because it's not a unique unit from the castle, right? So regardless, Samurai have more... Well, the attack speed's the big one, but they have more HP. Much better unit. Higher base attack. I mean, there's many different things. Samurai are just better than Eagles. But Elite Eagles versus regular Samurai... That can be a different story. Second castle now for Liereyy. Now he loses his Mangonels. Just as he gets his second castle up, Villese engaged there. And Villese just calls it. I think Villese realizes now that he'll lose his castle. His opponent can make Samurai. He also sees the score. Liereyy had more military. He had 34 military. He had more upgrades on his military. He had more economy. He had more map control. And that's a game that's over. But Villese called it a bit early, right? He was hoping that Elite Eagle would save it for him. Virtually flawless player from Liereyy. Or play from Liereyy, sorry. Is it even worth to go for Samurai and Skirmisher in this case? Well, an Imp it is, for sure. Because you need to Treb push there. So you just need something to protect your trebuchets. In Castle Age, no. But making a few Samurai is definitely very helpful. The Castle Fire would have been enough versus the Eagles to hold, but the Samurai helpful. What's cool about them there is you don't need a lot of them, so your opponent can send in 20 Eagles, but if they're running at the base of 2 castles, you just need 5 to 10 Samurai, and with their attack speed and Imp, they'll chew up the Eagle Warriors. Lierey's making this look very easy. He's making this look very easy. And the score's 2-0 now. Game 3 coming up. So he has to go Mongols here, right? I'm expecting Mongols. Whatever Civ Liereyy can do without in round 3, he will pick here. He has chosen, they said it in the game room. Let's see, Crisini said, it was Celts, Franks, and Vikings in round 1 for Liereyy. And now he's used Malians and Japanese. I would probably go Mongols here. Because Mongols is not a Civ you're going to win with in 1v1s versus MBL or Nikov. And that's who he can face next. So the way this works is the civs you use in rounds 1 and 2, you cannot use in round 3. So that's what I'm talking about this. But Villese, he's used stronger civilizations to get here. He's also used stronger well, maybe not stronger civs in the set, but certainly he had the stronger civ last time. He has Slavs, Malay, and Indians. I hope it is Mongols because I like to talk about Mongols in the current 1v1 meta. There's a few things you can do with them and take advantage of to make that awkwardness disappear and then to get to the manga die. Chris back, thank you for the tier 3. What? Tier 3 2-month resub. He said, thanks for all the great content. Dude, you're welcome. Thank you for that. Real Light Waves, thank you. Thank you, Mini Wolskis. Thank you both for the new subs. Bogus, thank you for 25 months. He said T90 has the worst subscribers as he is now subbed for 25 months. Ouch, how's that make you guys feel? Earl of Cheese, thank you for 9, man. Q2 Snoopy, Manure, thank you guys for the subs, resubs. Big Inge, thank you. Gafflespoon said Liereyy wants fast Mongol siege weapons next match. You know the drill. Get it? You know the drill. Mongol siege. Haha. Thank you, Gafflespoon, for the donation. Oh man, I hope people appreciate that because that's well played, man. That's well done. Okay, my friends, here we are. Game number 3 between Liereyy and Villese. Again, Liereyy is favored to go all the way to the finals. He's on the opposite side of the bracket as the Vipers, so it's definitely possible. And he has chosen Mongols, and it's Mongols versus Indians, and in 1v1s, Indians should win this one, I think. There's a couple things Mongols can take advantage of. First and foremost, lame. You have amazing scout line of sight, so you can steal pigs, steal goats, and MBL does this all the time. I said that before in the series, and then Liereyy failed with his lame, but that's what you have to take advantage of first and foremost. Second thing to take advantage of is the fact that you hunt faster. So if you steal food, or if you just have your food, Liereyy, no. Regardless of where you're getting the food from, it doesn't matter. You hunt faster. So your deer and boars are brought in faster, and you can hit feudal age faster. So that's a time window to take advantage of, because you can tower rush or just go scouts faster than your opponent. Then the third thing to take advantage of with Mongols is all the way in the Imperial Age, and that is the Mangudai. So long story short, they have 2 strong early bonuses. Oh, this is so good for Liereyy. This is so good for Liereyy. He's going to get the goats too. Oh, Villese just calls the re.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess since I'm uploading all the games to YouTube, then you guys will get to hear my point. They have 2 strong early bonuses, but then they don't have a lot going for them until Imp. So that's why Mongols struggle. Whereas Indians, they have more going for them in virtually every age. I'm just going to back right out of this. You get 1 restart per best of 5, and Villese immediately goes for the re. He didn't waste any time. Okay, how many subs was that? Oh my goodness! Orion Duck, how much was that? How many subs was that? I saw the chat go crazy, but my system was frozen, so I didn't see the new alerts. I have to scroll up. I can't even scroll up. Was that 50? I don't know. 50, wow. Well, Orion Duck, with 50 gifted subs, thank you for doing that, man. And to the 50 lucky people out there, I hope you guys enjoy. And make sure to thank Orion Duck if you get the chance. Goodness. Thanks for that, man. That's awesome. Crizinator, welcome. Thank you for the new sub, man. Thank you, Jonathan A. Cakes, for the 3 months. Did I? Oh, it's Onion. I'm sorry. I'm blind. I'm gonna use the funds from the gifted subs to pay for new glasses. Okay. I don't know why I was calling him Orion. I mean, Orion Duck, Onion Duck. They're both a little different. Sorry, Onion Duck. He says he forgives me. We're fine. Now someone's going to create an Orion Duck account. I could just feel it, man. Thank you, Wodehouse. Thank you, Chicken Wing. Thank you, Spleagles. Thank you, guys. Man, crazy sub train. Happy to have all of you here. Just a small favor from those that, or I ask of those that aren't subbed. Please don't beg people who are that generous for gifted subs. It's they're already being super generous. I don't want them to feel pressured, right? So yeah, please don't do that. We might have the alerts on our screen for a while, because for the silent alerts, it doesn't have one single alert to tell you how many were gifted. So we'll have to deal with that for a few minutes, but we're back into the game. Lierey's Mongols. Again, he'll go for the lame. And if you're lucky, you'll see some of your other resources at the start when you do this. And that's exactly what happened for Liereyy. So he sees his boars, he sees his goats, so he can spend a lot of time forward. And, oh! Okay, well, they both fought each other. This could be good for Villese. Obviously, it's bad that his opponent's here. And this map is a bit disgusting, but it's good if Liereyy fights Villese instead of stealing pigs. Villese will track this, I think. Liereyy, meanwhile, is just going to take the goats, and Villese hasn't had the time to scout his map, so he didn't even know they were there. Where are the other... Okay, so there's goats on the back. No, are you kidding me? Is Liereyy going to find the other goats? Is he going to steal 4? Okay, he's looping around. Villese is getting loom. He does not know where the scout is. He is not taking any chances here. Wouldn't it be funny if Liereyy had looped around and taken that then? It wouldn't have been funny for Villese, or any Villese fans, but I would have chuckled. Okay, not the end of the world for Villese. He's only lost 2 goats. He'll get his pigs, and Liereyy won't find any resources to steal on this side. So this is definitely doable. Okay, so I did talk about the strength of Mongols. Let's talk about the strength of Indians. This last Saw game, their villagers are cheaper. So it's easier to create villagers. It's cheaper to create villagers, which means you can advance fast to the next stage as well. Also means that in Castle Age, Feudal Age, Castle Age, Imperial Age, whenever, when you're booming up, you're able to do so much more comfortably. So that's a bonus that lasts all game, unlike Mongols. The other thing is, what you'll see from Indians in Feudal Age is normally along the same lines of what they'll do in Castle Age and Imperial Age. So as an example, they open up with scouts, then they tend to use that stable for camels, and those camels they tend to use throughout the whole game. Sometimes they'll go scouts and skirms if the situation it's needed comes, and then they'll just go camels and skirms. So whereas Mongols, sure they get knights, sure they get camels. The problem for them is they don't get camels and knights, which are as good, and then their Mangudai are hard to get to because they have to create them out of a castle. Yeah, obviously I know Mongols don't get knights, but my point is that it can be tough for Liereyy, and I'm curious to see what he'll do. So will he take advantage of the fast uptime and go tower rush? Will he wall real early, try and go Castle Age and go stone and go Castle Age Mangudai? I was told that's what Viper did. And when you try and do what Viper did in rounds 1 versus Black, it can be seen as suicide. It's tough. You could also play the safe way, and I think more pros should do this. You could just go scouts into archers. You could play with crossbows in the next stage. Totally doable. Then in the Imperial Age, upgrade them to Arbalest, and then transition into Mangudai later. That's the safer way to do it. I haven't been seeing a lot of pros do it the safe way. And Lierey's on the way to Feudal. Alright, Villese. Remember, he lost his goats. He's walling up real hard. And I think this is a confidence thing. When you know Liereyy is against you and you know he's Mongols, you've already lost some goats. You're going to wall real early. But that actually puts you at a disadvantage because you'll be up so much later to Feudal, and now he needs to drop off some food and go up, and there he is. But he's pushed the zebra, so he's made up for the goat loss. He's fine. And walling the right side of the base will be good long term. His gold is here, his stone is here, his gold is here. This is good. This is a nice little compact base for him. Lierey's base is super good. It's open on the front, so it's tough to wall there. But if he gets the walls up, he has 2 golds in the back and a stone there. I guess this stone could be awkward, but he could TC that, right? Prass makes an interesting point in the Twitch chat. You could try and go Cav Archers. What is this? What is this? You could try and go Cav Archers. However, Cav Archers versus Indians is a no-go. It's better to go crossbows than Cav Archers because camels can kill the Cav Archers. Liereyy wants to tower this, doesn't he? I think he wants to run behind here and tower, and this is as Villese is trying to wall it. Oh, he's towering there? What? That's such a weird tower. Similar to the tower he placed on the berries earlier on in the game. Except this time he's going scouts. Again, I think if he towers this early, he definitely wants to go to stone early. Because the downside of towering early is you'll have to go collect stone faster than you would normally want to. That's an interesting tower. I don't know how much it will do. But first Villese, really don't think it'll do much. That Lierey's running around to being really annoying. You know what would be a crazy final, guys? Hera versus Liereyy. The 2 fastest players in the game, in my opinion. It's going to be tough for Hera, because if he wants to do that, he has to get past Viper, right? So, you know, if he gets past Viper, he's definitely worthy of the final spot. But every time I watch Liereyy, Viper, and Hera control scouts, I can tell how annoying it is for the opponent, because they are in such control of their scouts. They're so quick. They get so much value out of it. It's nuts. And I guess now Lierey's going to hang out here. And he realizes the other side is walled. Okay. So tomorrow, and again, YouTube watchers, it will probably be within a few days for you because I would have already casted it. Tomorrow will be Tato and Hera. The winner of that set, which is going to be awesome. I can't wait to have Dave co-casting as well. Will face Viper in the quarters. So not only will it be tough for both Hera and Tato to win their best of 5 tomorrow, but they'll have to face Viper. Yeah, I think if anyone beats Viper, they've got to be near the top as far as favorites go, right? Whoa, what happened to this zebra? He was killed on top of the gold. Now, I missed that. Was Liereyy able to eat that? I wasn't really paying attention to this side of the map. But how does that work? If the zebra falls onto the gold, can you still eat it? T90, how would you rate Hera, Liereyy, Viper, and Tato in terms of speed? Tato's the slowest out of the 4. I mean, Tato's a very fast player, but I'd say he's the slowest. I'd say Liereyy, and then Viper, and then Hera. I say Hera's the fastest player a lot, but it's really hard for me to say for sure because he uses WASD. So he moves around with his arrows while he clicks, and it makes him look faster, and I don't know if he actually is. But, yeah, I mean, speed obviously isn't everything, right? Speed obviously isn't everything. Once you get to a certain point, it's all about decision making. The big thing about Viper is accuracy. When's the last time you saw Viper misclick? You probably can't answer that question. Viper is extremely accurate. So every time he's trying to do something, he's good. No, not by unit movement. I mean by just overall. Well, it's easy to see unit movement because we are watching the fights, but just overall speed. APM, actions per minute. All right, well, Villese has come forward with a few scouts. Both players working on getting their walls up. Again, I think that Liereyy will play this a safe way. He'll play this into crossbows, but making archers for now as they're still in feudal. Villese is trying to kill a villager. He won't get her. And I think we are going to Castle Age soon. Yeah, Villese loses his scout. Liereyy, he attacks the scout again, can get another kill here, and then he runs away. Nice play. Or he'll fight. Not bad. Liereyy has some walling to do. He has to wall here, and he has to wall here, but then he's fine. And Blacksmith. Oh, wow! He misclicked the Vill. Okay, curse the commentator. This villager's hanging out. He's expecting the Blacksmith to be on the way up. Well, so much for this guy being fast. T90 official, why isn't Fatslub invited to this? He is the only one with a 100% win rate versus Viper. Fatslub was initially going to play in the tournament, but Viper got upset about it, so they wouldn't allow him. You know, Viper's a big name, right? They didn't want to have Viper not sign up. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Fatslub didn't sign up. This is Arabia, man. I think Liereyy will click up soon, but he needs the Blacksmith. He still hasn't reacted to this. What's annoying is that this villager's bugged out, so it doesn't show up as an idle Vill. So I'm going to my idols, and he's probably doing the same, and he's hearing the same noise. Like, oh, I don't have any idle Vills. Okay, see there, he sees the idol, he'll react, but he hasn't built the Blacksmith yet. At what point, I guess he doesn't need it, because he has the stable in the archery range, he can still click up to the next stage, but at what point does he realize this, is the question. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny, because he might build another one. What if he builds another one, because he's trying to use his Blacksmith hotkey, and he thinks, oh, I don't have a Blacksmith yet, let's place another one. That would crack me up. He's on his way to Castle Age, he still hasn't done it. He still hasn't done it. He's scouting the other areas of the map. I talked about Viper doing this earlier. And Liereyy does the same. All top players do the same. So it's good to know exactly where to be. Still no Blacksmith! Still no Blacksmith. Yeah, Blacksmith coming soon. Just like Age of Empires 4. Exactly. Well, he would have been looking to get fletching by now. He has the resources for fletching. This is so funny. This is so funny. Yo! How often do you see a player in a tournament game make this mistake? Okay, now he's got to be thinking, okay, I need fletching. He still hasn't finished it. Are you kidding me? Blacksmith is up? No, it's not. I don't think spectating's bugged. He doesn't have fletching. It's not a bug. He doesn't have it, man. Liereyy could lose the game if he's not careful because Villese will go for skirmishers. This is hilarious. She wants a raise, guys. She wants a raise. She heard about the blacksmith builder on the other side of town getting double the wages. She wants a raise. Hey, look. Okay, now he's getting fletching. Wait, is it up? Oh, he built a new one! He built a new one! That's amazing! He built a new one! The villager's still here! He didn't realize! That's so funny! I got confused for a second. I didn't even see this blacksmith. I was not focused on that. Okay, so we need to go back. Oh, Villese will see this. Villese, don't attack the Vill. Don't attack. Don't do it. Yeah, just let it there, okay? It's a weak scout. It's not worth it. Just trust me. If you only knew what was going on the other side, you would not attack. Villese loses 3 vills, though? Oh, man. Only Liereyy can build 2 blacksmiths and somehow come out on top, killing 3 villagers. My goodness. He's still... Guys, I can't get over this. I can't get over this. Again, he's checking for idols, but because the Vill is bugged, it doesn't show up as idols. So listen to my, my sounds, right? I'm checking for idols and it doesn't show up. So it's not showing up for him either. He just forgot he went there. So it is unfortunate, of course. Oh my god, this micro from Liereyy. He's microing uphill against skirms. He split away from a bunch of shots. That was really good. He has 11 kills, 2 deaths at the moment. So good, man. So good. And he has a siege workshop on the way up. Look at the crossbow movement. Insanely well done. Still no blacksmith. Just needed to give you an update there. And, well, now it's a bit tough for Villese because once the Mangonel comes out, what's he gonna do? He can't use skirmishers versus the Mangonel. He can't use the camels because the crossbows will kill him. Oh my god, this is so funny. Does Villese see the Vill? No, he doesn't, but... I mean, I doubt he's paying attention to it. That's so funny. Oh, and Villese didn't know the siege workshop was there, and that's a huge shot. Oh my god! Oh my god! 2 huge shots. Liereyy loses every single skirmisher. Or, not Liereyy. He lost his blacksmith. Villese loses every single skirmisher. And I'm not surprised to see Liereyy win the game. That was domination, that whole series. He just outplayed Villese. And Villese is a guy who deserved the 15th seed. And Liereyy destroyed him. Now this gets real interesting, guys. Because tomorrow, Nikov and MBL will play. And the winner of that faces Liereyy. I am thinking MBL wins tomorrow. And I am thinking I'm going to be very excited to cast Liereyy and MBL. We'll see. We'll see what type of form Nikov's in. But MBL, Nikov, Liereyy have been in excellent form, and someone's going to have to go. Now, he won that game down a villager. He won that game down 150 wood because he'd placed the blacksmith. Which is funny to me. He could have really used that wood. Look at these farms. I don't know when he started doing that. It was around 14 minutes, right? I think it was around 14 minutes, so maybe half the game. Liereyy used some pretty weak civs compared to what he has left. He used Mongols, he used Japanese, he used Malians, he used Celts, Franks, and Vikings. So Liereyy didn't use a single Mesociv. He has all of his Mesocivs remaining. He has plenty of other strong options as well. Things will be looking good for him versus whoever he faces. All right, here are the achievements. Sorry, I was just distracted. 22 kills from Liereyy. The micro at the start with the crossbows and the scouts was really well done. I don't know if you all noticed it, but he split while running uphill away from the skirmisher shots. And yeah, it was another short game. There's the eco difference, and I don't think Villese can be too disappointed with himself. Not to be a downer, but I don't think Villese is ever expected to be a player of Lierey's quality. 2 to 2.5 years ago, Liereyy was a Black Forest player. He was playing Black Forest. And I guess a year and a half ago, he he just worked his way up, and I could be getting my times wrong because I've been doing this for so long. I just don't remember exactly. But all I know is that Liereyy was at a tournament final at the age of 15, and I think he is recently turned 17 or 18. Yeah, MBL, Max, and Hart all used to be Black Forest players. Yeah, good point, man. Good point. So, how many people in the Twitch chat play Black Forest? I know Fatslop does. Because, guys, if you play Black Forest, you have a chance to be one of the best in the world. Liereyy, Hart, and MBL used to play Black Forest all the time. Hey, Viper started out playing custom scenario. This was a long time ago.